Hello, everyone. We are in the fourth of 10 weeks of this class, almost to the halfway mark, and I hope things are going well for you. I just finished reviewing your first milestone for the Technology Integrated Curricular Plan, the TICP, and I just wanted to share some feedback with you. So here's the feedback. For the first milestone, you were supposed to provide an overview, a summary of the lesson. I have given specific feedback to all those who submitted. I also wanted to give some general feedback of some common observations and show some examples of student work from previous semesters to kind of illustrate what I'm talking about. First of all, I wanted to commend all of you for coming up with some really excellent unit plan ideas. Well done, everyone. Sometimes coming up with a good idea that you can build upon is really difficult. The good news is that you have done it, so congratulations. Now, the next step is to build upon that idea. However, before you start doing that, I wanted to bring to your attention some important observations I've made. So here's the feedback. First of all, I've made a comment asking, will you be focusing on any students with special needs? By asking this question, I wanted to draw your attention to the fact that this is a great opportunity for you to showcase your ability to modify a lesson to fit the needs of students with special needs, and to demonstrate your ability to leverage technology to do that. We have talked about repurposing technology for assistive technology. You should start thinking about how to showcase that in this unit plan. This is very relevant to you as a special ed major, and you need to start thinking in this direction from the very beginning. You need to have a clear overall learning goal for the unit. In other words, what do you expect students to have accomplished in terms of knowledge and or skills by the end of the unit? You should start the summary with that statement. I notice several of you struggling to articulate a clear overall learning goal. So here are some examples of unit plans with overall learning goals. This is a 2-week unit plan for grade 12 English on creating stories. The overall learning goal is, in this lesson, students will use Google Earth, Google Maps to digitally explore a faraway place and write a short story about characters in that place. What I like about this learning goal is that it not only identifies the goal, but also clearly lists how they're going to achieve that, and in this case by using Google Earth or Google Maps. Now, here's a 2-week unit plan for a grade 9 US history class. The overall learning goal or goals for this unit are: this lesson will continue from previous unit, American Ideals and Gaining Independence. Students will learn the causes for westward expansion, this idea of manifest destiny, and the positive negative effects westward expansion had on Native Americans. The goal in this learning goal actually connects with the previous lesson. Something for you to keep in mind as you identify the learning goal for your unit plan. This 1-week unit plan is for a middle school choir class. The overall learning goal for this unit is, this unit was prepared for the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade choir classes at Riley Street Middle School. All 3 classes will be working on getting concert ready and preparing for their speaking audition. This will include a cultural lesson for each of their pieces using PowerPoint and YouTube, and some singing activities to keep them engaged and to test their understanding of the lesson. Once again, that learning goal lists the goals and how they're achieving those goals. Another thing to keep in mind is that you need to summarize the unit plan into individual class sessions, and this is something that I notice many of you were not doing in your summaries. I understand that you may not have a clear idea of that. However, you can always come back later on in the semester and revise your summary once you have a better idea of how your unit plan will progress day by day. Here are some examples of that. Now, you don't necessarily have to have a bulleted day-by-day list. It can also be a descriptive paragraph, such as in this one. The first lesson, the second lesson, the third lesson, and so on. This is a technology integrated unit plan, folks. So you need to showcase upfront how you're leveraging technology. You have seen in the examples I just shared with you how technology was highlighted in each overall learning goal. I understand you may not have a clear idea now, but again, this is one of those areas of the summary you would need to go back, you would need to come back and revise once you have finalized your unit plan. Now, once you have a clearly identified learning goal for your unit, then you should clearly list the tools and strategies that will be used to assess students for those goals. And this is also an area where you can illustrate how you're using technology to do that. Here's an example. In this grade 9 US History unit plan, the teacher will integrate many components of technology throughout this lesson, such as Cover It Live, Peer Deck, Google Docs, and Google Classroom. Cover It Live will allow my students to go into a blog and discuss the material as I'm teaching it. Peer Deck will also act as a PowerPoint, except I can control the flow of lesson and engage students as they follow along. Google Docs will be used for all student warm-ups and responses on a daily basis. Now here's a unit plan for grade 3 English Language Arts. The teacher will assess the students by having them create a book poster of the books they have selected to share with the class. These posters will include an image of the book, information about the book, what genre the book is in, and why, and a QR code to link to more information about that book or author. There will be a time to share these with the class, and the class can use their iPads to open up the QR readers. Now, you might be wondering why I'm making such a big deal about the summary. Well, as a former school principal, I can tell you that many employers may not have the time to go through your entire portfolio. They may just skim through the summaries instead. So it's important that you really polish your summary, because that may be the only portion your potential employer may have the time to look at. Well, that's all the feedback that I have. I hope it was useful. I look forward to working with all of you on your TICPs. Please don't hesitate to contact me with any questions or concerns. I'm here to help, so good luck.